Hello guys, brand new video today for Witch Doctor. Okay, some of you have been PMing me through YouTube, Twitch, all that sort of thing, and has saying you've got mana issues with Cloud of Bats. And when you get knocked around the way, you do lose power quite quickly. So what I've done, I've devised a build where you have infinite power. Okay, so before we go into the build, I'm just going to quickly go through gear. I'm using my usual one-hand lifesteal sword with the Mojo. Make sure the Mojo has got mana regeneration. Ideally, you want a Zuni string of skulls, but this for me was quite cheap. It was only 200 mil, and it's quite top end. You know what I mean? So it was a pretty good buy actually, especially for me. I've never got no bloody gold, so that was pretty cool. Okay, yeah, always a life steal. Always use Ruby in the sword. Why? Because Ruby gives you flat damage all the time. Yeah, so you get every hit is going to give you guaranteed life back higher than an emerald. Okay, don't get me wrong, emerald is very good, but for tanking and just general survivability and all that, put a ruby in. You know, it's no slow slouch. It's still hits really hard. It's awesome. And always keep a scorn in your backpack with high lifesteal as well. Use this for champ packs, especially reflect damage. Ugh, we hate reflect damage, but it lets you tank things like plague, desecrator, electrify, all that sort of good stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So switch this in for champ packs as well. Okay. Okay, for rings, I'm using Unity there. Crit chance, crit damage, high black damage. Not the best Unity, but it works well. I'm using Zuni Master Ring here for the extra percent life. Those saying that, I'm fine with 60k hit points now, so I can actually drop that for DPS if I want to. But yeah, so I've got Zuni there. I'm using Ian's Pants for my movement speed, and I've always used high vitality ones. You can put in something like Black Form Pants here or something like that if you want to, but I like to have these in for my movement speed. I'm not a fan of Lacuni for movement speed. I don't like Lacunis, to be honest. I think it's a waste of time. Better for crafted bracer. Okay, yeah, nice wishing hour. Nice DPS wishing hour there. Loads of life and everything. Probably my best drop I've ever found, actually. It's a pretty cool, very cool drop, actually. Okay, I've got 4 pieces of crafted. Gloves, shoulders, amulet, and bracer. Gloves are trifecta. It's missing armor, which I can't get on there at the moment. It's been a bit of a pig. Nice tanky shoulders. Make sure you've got all resistance on there as well. I've got all resistance on my on my amulet and bracer actually. You can use Terrasha amulet still, but for me at the moment this does more DPS actually. I was really lucky on this roll. It's very quite top end one, and yeah, all resistance crit on the bracer. I still need to get armor on my bracer actually, but it's been a bit of a pig for me to roll. You know what it's like, guys. It's a pain. And yeah, usual full Zuni suit for the mana, all resistance, and mana on kill. Excellent suit. Always go for high vitality and armor as well. Okay, as for the build itself, okay. Locust Swarm Pestilence, best pilling spell in the game. It's excellent. Spreads like wildfire with the Pestilence rune. It doesn't do brilliant damage, but it spreads like mad, and it just gives you so much life return as well. You know what I mean? When you're pulling like loads and loads of mobs, that all those little bits of damage add up and give you a lot of life back. So you pull them all into your Cob of Doom, yeah. So you basically drag them all into this bad boy here, Cloud of Bats. This thing starts at 500% weapon damage. So even on the first hit, to be honest, you're gonna be hitting in the millions straight away, yeah. And it ramps up to 1,002%, I believe it is, and it lifesteal was like a bastard as well. You get lots of life when you tick in with this thing. You get so much life back as well. So excellent DPS, best DPS skill in the game. It is insane. It's brilliant. There's been reports of people in optimal groups hitting for this thing for like 12 million damage. You know what I mean? That's in an optimal group with optimal gear, where Stone Jaw gets bosses and things. So yes, it's nuts. It is really good. Okay, I'm using Soul Harvest here for the extra intelligence. It lasts for 30 seconds, gives you 5 stacks of 130, so it's a lot of intelligence and a lot of DPS. I'm using the Vengeful Spirit Ring for 230% weapon damage as physical, so I use it for the extra damage because of Grave Injustice. What Grave Injustice does is takes all your cooldowns by 1 second whenever an enemy dies within 8 yards. Okay, so it's brilliant. It also regenerates your maximum life and mana by 2%, so I have a nice mana regen there as well. Excellent. It's such a good ability, Grave Injustice. It's a must in my opinion. Okay, so and also Soul Harvest is an instant spell, so it doesn't interrupt you when you're channeling Fire Bats either. Yeah, so it's really good. So it's this instant bomb. It's free DPS basically. It's excellent. And exactly the same for Spirit Walk. It's an instant spell. This thing makes you invulnerable to all damage for 2 seconds. And at the moment, I've got the Honor Guest rune on, because this is a mana video. But you can change this to Umbral Shock. If you're confident in your mana management, you can put Umbral Shock on, and you've got another DPS bomb here as well. Another 310% DPS bomb, which is like bang! It looks cool with hell as well, actually. It's really cool. Okay, but for this video, we're going to keep on a guest on. Okay, so what's new? Circle of Life. I've taken off my fortitude. It makes you slightly less tanky. You have to be a little bit more careful. But if you've got a good tanky character with loads of armor and hit points, you'll be fine, to be honest. Okay, so what Circle of Life does, it gives you a 30% chance to summon a zombie dog, okay, within 12 yards for every enemy slain. Okay, so it's really good. So what I thought, okay, 30% is a lot. Okay, let's put another 10% of it by putting Grasp of the Dead in. Grasp of the Dead is a snare spell, but if you put the Death of Life Roof on it, it gives you an extra 10% chance to summon a zombie dog, and also gives you another health globe as well. Gives you more chance to get health globes. So straight away, it powers your Gruesome Feast up as well. Gruesome Feast stacks up to 5 times, gives you 10% of your maximum mana and intelligence for 10 seconds. Yeah, and because you're killing constantly anyway, you're always going to pick up these globes all the way, all the time. Yeah, so it's very good synergy between everything on the whole build. Yeah, it works really good. It's a nice cross between Zero Dogs and Cobb. It's a Cobb build, because when I used to play Zero Dog, I loved blowing up my dogs. It was so much fun. Yeah, but when the Cobb came out, this was more efficient for blowing, for killing in general, in a way. So I wanted to make, I missed it as well, you know what I mean? So what I've done, I've put in Sacrifice Pride in, right? And each dog explodes for 275% of your weapon damage within 12 yards, yeah? So what I've done, I put the Pride rune on. It gives you 294%, almost 300 mana per one dog, yeah? But to be honest, you're not just going to have one dog, you're going to have 3 dogs with 40% proc rate. You're going to get so many dogs up, and I've only got 862 mana. Yeah, so that's well over 40% of my mana. Well, 30 to 40% of my mana in one dog. So basically, full bar mana, and it works really well. It's a nice feel build actually. Right, so let's show you in action. You want to pull with Pestilence. Okay, you want to lay down the Grasp of the Dead. So you want to kill inside the Grasp of the Dead. You want to sit in this gooey thing here. Okay, then you start channeling your Cobb. Then you hit your Spirit Walk like that, so you get your power and damage up, and then if you need to, you can Spirit Walk through to get your extra mana, or like I said earlier, you can change it to a DPS rune. It's up to you. Okay, so let's go to we'll go to Fields of Misery. We'll do some pulls here. Little froggy bastards. Okay, so you put that on the floor, you start channeling, and as you start killing, look, get all the dogs. Boom! Boom! Oh, green chest armor, lovely. Boom, you bastards! And you just fucking kill everything, look! He's still going! Sorry, I've just got to pick up this chest armor quickly, guys. What is it? Oh, look at that, that's alright, look at that! Nice shiny already. Sorry, anyway, it's getting distracted by bloody loot again. So, yeah, that's how it works. It works really well. As long as you get that rotation correctly, you'll have full mana at the end of every fight, yeah? It's really cool. Oh, another thing as well, actually, is you don't always have to detonate the dogs all the time. Yeah, you can say you're fighting elites, for instance. Yeah, you can leave the dogs out and use them as mini tanks. Yeah, then detonate them when you need them if you start running out of power. Yeah, it's excellent. It works really well. So you can use those little dogs as little sub tanks as well. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so if we pull a little bit more, that's quite a nice little pull there. So put your Grasp of the Dead down. You start channeling, hit your soul harvest, and you start blowing up bloody dogs. Bang! And also, Sacrifice doesn't take any power. No power at all. There you go. Well, you finished the fight on top runner. Get the rotation correctly. It's super effective, and it's fun, guys. Blowing up dogs are back. I like blowing up dogs. Boom, you little bastard. Right. Yeah, guys. If you've got any comments, please stick them below. Usual, please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers, bye bye. Blow up the dogs.